Hey everybody! In today's video, I'm going to show you these adorable little cross-stitching dies that I have chosen to adorn with feral animals from my yard. And I'm also going to talk to you about storage. Now, these little dies are so cool. They're a bunch of circle dies that are cut for you to cross-stitch. So they're going to cut the little holes for you. But then and I find these very high visibility. This is much easier on my old eyes than fabric, so I much prefer stitching on paper. So I just cut these out of cardstock, and then I stitched my little raccoons and possums on them, and they're just freaking adorable. And it's great because they're really quick because the die cuts are fairly small, so you can work with small, cute patterns like this. And I'll put a link to these patterns in the description. These are so fun. But what's really cool about this set is that it has a bunch of embroidery hoop details, like these fabric dies, so that it looks like your little cut piece has a hoop around it, just like if you were working with fabric. And there are several different sizes that you can kind of combine together. There's one that's just a circle die to cut out the center. If you just wanted to stamp something, you could do that. And then there are the little pieces that make it into a hoop. So I've cut these out of silver glitter paper, and it even has a little screw. So the die cut debosses the little screw. It's so fun. So I'm not going to make you watch me stitch. That would be too much, too boring. But I am going to accentuate the little fabric folds with markers. And while I am coloring that, I'm going to talk to you about storage because I just got enraged after I bought the remainder of my DMC colors at what poor quality the current state of floss storage is in. I ordered stuff from Amazon. It comes with like these extra pieces of plastic that catch on the thread. The plastic is too slick for the Sharpie to stay on. The stickers don't work. The boxes are the wrong height, so I'm constantly losing floss in there. They're just terrible. So my friend Dana pointed me to this British company that makes these stunning acrylic bobbins that go into little foam inserts inside a cabinet they designed specifically for. It's a little 5-drawer cabinet. It's so cute, and they sell these decals for the front. I put those ocean decals on a little orange version of this, and this is my cabinet, and it's so satisfying to be able to see these high visibility, organized, standing up straight little bobbins of floss. I'm so excited. I wound my entire collection. I actually finished. It motivated me to finish winding every single DMC color that exists. And when you're done, if you do have every DMC color that exists, I've been cross-stitching since the late 1900s. So I have lots and lots of colors. I used to do much larger projects and also embroidery projects, and paper crafting kind of took over, but I've always stitched along the way, so I have a lot of floss. But when you buy this system, you can also buy their 24 discontinued colors, and they sell those. And so I had some of those discontinued colors, so I bought those. But even if you have everything, there's still going to be room left in the bottom drawer of your little filing cabinet, so you can get some more floss colors. So anyway, back to the card. You don't have to color these little fabric folds, but I just thought it'd be fun to add another detail since the die marks these for you and it looks so realistic. So I took 2 alcohol markers and colored them, and then I went back after I colored each fold. So I'm using a brown marker on the craft cardstock, which is the same cardstock I cut the little cross stitch piece out of. And then same here, same blue cardstock that I used to punch out my little canvas, if you will, for the possum. And I'm just using a slightly darker shade. to color those in. But then I went back after I colored these. I wasn't filming anymore. I just noticed this after I was done coloring them. This is so easy and quick. I added a very light neutral gray around both the brown and the darker blue fabric folds that I had colored. So just like a little bit on the outside of that shape. And that makes it look a little like a realistic shadow that you would have in a fabric fold. So it bridges the gap between this darker color and then the color of the paper. And I think it just looks so realistic and fun. And like I said, you can mix and match the shapes that are in this set. I went with the largest one because my patterns were a little bit large. So there wasn't like the actual hoop around it, but I still glued the little silver hoop ring on the back of the top of each circle. And then to attach the stitched pieces to the card, I used these individually packaged clear glue dots that you cannot see through the canvas. And I thought those worked great. So I'll put a link to those as well. And here are the finished cards. You can see what I mean with that little shading at the edge of the folds and how cute that little screaming possum is. It's so hilarious. And then finally the little raccoon with the tail wrapped around. So there is a giveaway. Be sure and check the description if you are watching this in July of 2025. And also for the Floss organization system, that is down in the description as well. So thanks so much for watching.